Ronald Acuna Jr. is probably the funniest player in all of the MLB. We love his hilarious facial expressions, his memes, and we love him when he sings in Spanish. Acuna Jr. is just a breath of fresh air in the MLB, and today we'll be looking at his wild freestyle, those crazy things that make him special and fun to watch, his enviable bromance with Ozzie Albies, his luxurious life, and many more. Perhaps the sweetest thing about Acuna's lifestyle is his relationship with Ozzie Albies. Talk about two peas in a pod or Batman and Robin. These two can be easily mistaken for twin brothers. Seriously, if you've ever confused one for the other or called Ozzie Acuna and vice versa, no one would blame you. They are not only close, they even look alike to some extent. They were born in the same year of 1997, they both have had dreads for a time, and are both pivotal parts of the Braves' success. They may not have come from the same country, where Ozzie is from Curacao, Acuna is from Venezuela. However, these guys do almost everything together. We are talking eating, traveling, laughing, playing video games, and goofing around in the clubhouse, dugout, and even on the field. They're both notorious for smacking each other at the back of the head, and they might even give each other headaches from time to time, but also know how to console one another like brothers would. The support they have for each other is just priceless. But by far the sweetest thing about their bromance is the language barrier faced by Acuna Jr. and how Ozzie helps him out. Ozzie, who is fluent in 4 different languages, is usually the interpreter for Acuna, and he's the sole reason why it's not difficult for Acuna to be part of the Braves team. But language barrier or not, this amazing duo has a way of making the entire team come to life. Former first baseman for the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman, once said, "We feed off them. It's a fun relationship. They're always having fun in here, the clubhouse. Messing with older guys who know what the grind is like. Brings life back into us, and it's so much fun playing with them." Okay, we're going to stop here. We can actually go hours just talking and showing you clips after clips of this shiny duo, but this is a show about Acuna Jr. Nevertheless, let us know in the comment section if you would love to see a video about Acuna and Ozzie. But before we leave these two alone, we'll leave you with this cool picture of the duo posted to Acuna's Instagram page. Now, if you take Acuna Jr. alone, you would still get a fun person with a crazy but entertaining personality. Crazy because what kind of person blows on ice cream like it's hot, or dances with a mascot? And if he isn't dancing with mascots, he dances by himself to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Whether or not he did a good job with the zombie steps doesn't really matter. What matters is Acuna is a sensational human being, whether on the field with a bat or without, in the dugout or the clubhouse or off the field. On the field, he's done a lot of amazing things. Since winning the National League's Rookie of the Year award in 2018, Acuna Jr. has not held back one bit. He has 4 years of experience in the major leagues and has only worn the Atlanta Braves uniform. And during all this time, he's been named to the All-Star games 3 times, has won the Silver Slugger Award 2 times, was part of the 30-30 Club of 2019, and was the National League's stolen base leader of that same year, 2019. His numbers are also very impressive. 106 stolen bases, 292 runs batted in, 118 home runs, and a batting average of .279. With these numbers, the Atlanta Braves have been able to pay him quite handsomely. When they first signed him as a free agent into the minor leagues in July, the fee was only $100,000. Then he was promoted into the major leagues in 2018, and just after a year, he signed a huge deal with the Braves worth $100 million. It is an 8-year max contract with team options for the 2027 and 2028 seasons. This is the biggest contract by any player who has spent less than a year in the MLB. This contract also made him, who was only 20 years at the time, the youngest player to receive a contract worth at least $100 million, leaving him with a base salary of $15 million every year. But his money doesn't only come from the $100 million contract alone. He's also sponsored by big brands like New Balance, Franklin Sports, Budweiser, SSK Gloves, MLB Tap Sports, Body Armor, T-Mobile, and many more. He's put in his money to good use already. In June 2022, he bought himself a custom-made BMW X6 competition, which has his name, Ronald Acuna Jr., crested at the back of the bright yellow car, which is worth about $135 $25,000. So if you're driving one day and you see a yellow BMW with Acuña's name at the back, try to drive up to him and holla at him for us. But remember to drive carefully though. Acuna Jr. is also very generous. He doesn't only spend his money and time on cars and tattoos, he also manages to take time out to visit the sick and do something generous while at it. For example, in 2021, when his team won the World Series championship, he visited a healthcare facility for children in Atlanta. It was a Thursday afternoon and Acuna was seen in the hospital signing autographs and saying hello to patients. He also donated 113,000 face masks to the facility. The major reason he's gone there in the first place was because of a particular patient, an 11-year-old kid named Nolan Madsen, who is a die-hard Braves fan. Kid had said of the popular outfielder's visit, "This is so awesome. If I can meet anyone, it would be him." Acuna on his part had said, "I like to share with the children, and I like the children to feel well and want them to feel the support, and I feel their support as well." And speaking of children, Ronald Acuna Jr. has his own personal junior, a little kid he appears to have with his longtime girlfriend, Ava Lucia, who is a fitness coach. We're not so sure about the kid, but pictures like this kind of confirms a rumor since he's never openly said he had a kid. But as far as his family goes, the Acuñas cannot really hide so much about themselves, owing to the fact that not only Acuna Jr. is a sports person, his father, Ronald Acuna Sr., was a great hitter in the Venezuelan Professional Baseball League, but he didn't manage to get into the MLB like his junior did. This is something that he has few regrets about, but has made sure his son didn't have to suffer, which is why growing up, Acuna Sr. has advised his kid, saying, "Don't make the same mistakes I did. Show people who you are. Run every time you hit the ball because running hard will take you far." Acuna Jr., who's the firstborn of 4 sons, was just 14 years old and had told his father that he wanted to play baseball too. His father also advised him to hustle hard and lift weights. He spoke about all the things he wished he had done and the things he didn't do, which didn't make him achieve enough during his career. In his exact words, "I had talent, I knew how to play baseball, but I never cared about lifting weights, nor did I have the best attitude on the field. Those 2 mistakes cut short my career. Otherwise, I would have made it. I should have made it." But Ronald Jr. will be a major league star. Besides having so much more power, he's also more talented and disciplined than I ever was. But Acuna Sr. and Acuna Jr. are not necessarily the only baseball players. In fact, their family is filled with ballers. Acuna Jr.'s grandfather, Romualdo Blanco, also played in the minor leagues, and his younger brother, Luis Angel Acuna, who's an infielder for the Texas organization, is currently playing in the minor leagues. However, Acuna Jr. is not the only one in the family who has made it to the major league. He's related to major league players like Jose Escobar, Alcides Escobar, Edwin Escobar, Kelvin Escobar, and Vicente Campos. If you enjoyed this video about Ronald Acuna Jr., check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below, because we're sure you'll like that one too. See you there.